Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the video, and today we're going to be predicting the EU Paris Open number 5. I missed the 4th Open because I was sick, but we are back in Europe predicting, and we got mostly big names here, not a lot of upsets where they didn't even make the regional. But before we go into it, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help me out a lot. We did just hit 2.3k subs the other day, so thank you for that. But yeah, let's go to the point rankings. The biggest runners are Man City and GK. They're the ones fighting for that last world spot. Again, Europe has 5 spots instead of 4, so there's a lot more leeway. And then Karmine are actually 3rd in power rankings, which is kind of insane to say. There's not really a clear EU number 1 right now, as well as NA, I believe. So there was actually 2 teams that didn't make it. BSK and Nova both didn't make it right here. They lost to ERA, and then Nova lost to PCS, which teams I feel like they should win against. But they also did lose to K Corp, GK, Karmine Corp, and Vitality. Like, that's not... They didn't make mid event, so they can't even redeem themselves. But those are 2 teams that usually make top 16s, but, you know, couldn't do it this time. But without further ado, let's go to the predictions. Let's go to Group A. Group A, Gentlemates Synergy. I am still very, very high on Gentlemates, despite them not making a top 8. They got a rough group, you know, running into Karmine Corp to not make top 8 is rough. And I think they do have their number on Synergy. Do 3-0. Gritty Goose GK. Gritty Goose's Bibaba, Talks and Wazirs. I think that's a really good team. Underrated. GK look better than they did last regional. However, I still don't think they're a contender. Like, they do not look good at all still, sadly, and I like that roster. I'm gonna say Gritty Goose takes this 3-1. We'll do game 5, but Gritty Goose is a good roster. Bibaba is a player that has been on the come up really quick, and I think has been improving every regional. And then Talks and Wazirs. I think Wazirs is still very, very, very underrated. So that roster is pretty good. They can make some runs to Championship Sunday. Whip and PCS. Whip actually did go 3-0, beating Ninjas and Pajamas. So they get a pretty good run. I think they beat PCS 3-1. Corp and Magnifico. I don't know if this is bias, but I like Corp here. We'll do 5. Magnifico didn't even make the last regional. They didn't make the main event last regional, and that's a big name team. You got Yuzin and Nico and Atomic, all players that have made LAN. So they definitely could do something here. They have overperformed, in my opinion, before. So I would not be surprised if they make a top 8. Let's get out here. Synergy GK. This is a rough pull for Synergy, I think. Like, this is a bad group for them. GK is obviously beatable. I think GK do take it. I don't think they get last twice in a row. That roster is too talented to go get last twice in a row. So I think GK will be Synergy there. Rough pull for Synergy. PCS Magnifico. I think Magnifico beats PCS pretty handily. Gentlemates and Gritty. I think it'll go to game 5. I think it'll be really close, but I do think Gentlemates will still take it and make a top 6, redeeming themselves from last regional. Whip and Corp. Whip look really good, and I'm usually not very high on them. And Corp, which is a funny roster. I'll say Whip take it in 4. I'm not very confident in that one. I feel that one's a kind of a toss-up. Whip did beat NIP, which is a good roster in the Swiss. Corp and GK. GK is like Gen G. I think they're the EU equivalent of Gen G. Gen G actually got top 6 in the last regional. They redeemed themselves from that poor performance in the Open number 5. I think GK could do it here again. I think this is a 50-50. I'm hating on Synergy, bro. Oh my god. I actually kind of want to go back here. Synergy could so beat GK. Oh my god. I feel like they're just crazy hating, though. I'll just go with it. I don't want to change, but Synergy definitely could beat this. I think this is an upset out, honestly, for GK beating Synergy here. It's the same thing as Gen G was what I predicted for them for Open number 5. If they win in this lower quarterfinals, they'll win in the lower semifinals, make a top 8. Because I think Synergy is a harder opponent than Corp. It's gonna go the distance with like 4 overtimes, and they're gonna be gassed, and Corp's gonna win. Like, Synergy could so beat GK, but I'm gonna stick with my gut. Don't be surprised if Synergy beats GK. Like, GK needs to win this first round to make a top 8. Because I don't think they're going to beat Gentlemen, so it fall down to here, which I think Magnifico is a better matchup for them than Synergy. Greedy Goose said Magnifico. I think Magnifico actually bounced back and make a top 8 after not making a regional. That roster is super talented and would not be surprised. Let's go to Group B. Group A was kind of rough. I think Group B is going to be significantly easier to predict. Man City, Ira. I think Man City, I'm still pretty high on them. They're a big front runner in making the major. Karmine Caligaris, I think Karmine should easily handle that. Even though Karmine Corp has shown some struggles recently, I think they're still a top level team. Vitality GHT. I do not know what Vitality has done, but they actually look good. For the 2024 roster, I was kind of glazing them at the beginning of the season. They never won anything. Vitality finally won a regional, and they look really good. I don't know how high I will put them, but I do think they beat GHT. I don't know how far I'm going to have them go, but Vitality look good. NIP Toad, I think that's going to be 3-0. It's going to lower quarterfinals first. Ara and Caligaris. I think Caligaris should take this at 5. GHT and Toad, the English squad and the Italian squad. Who do I go with, England or Italy? I think the GHT is more experienced here, and I think they will beat Toad in 5. Both of these going to 5. Alright, Man City, Karmine Corp. They didn't play each other in the regional. They dodged each other there on the opposite sides of the bracket. They haven't played each other in a while, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. Karmine Corp has shown cracks in their gameplay recently, and Man City only lost to Vitality the last regional. They lost to them twice. They didn't lose to anybody else. I don't know who I want to predict here. I'm going to do Karmine. However, I think Man City still make a run. They're going to make a lower bracket run like they did last regional. This is a coin flip. We haven't seen these teams play in so long, especially with Man City changing rosters. I think that Seiko edition makes them really good. Vitality Ninjas, this is the grand final rematch where Vitality actually stomped NIP. I'm going to say Vitality beat Ninjas again. It's going to be a little closer this time. We'll go 3-1. But I think I'm high on Vitality again. I don't know how much I want to weigh a regional win, but they did get top 2 at the major. So they look good. I just don't know how much I want to weigh that up. Ninjas Caligaris, I think both of these are going to be 3-0. I don't think they're going to be close. I think these 4 are going to make it out of Group B. However, Group A, I feel like a lot of combinations could get out. I think GK could make it out. Greedy Goose could make it out. Synergy could make it out. Like, literally anybody could hear it could make it out in Group A. That was definitely way harder to predict. Alright, let's check the playoff bracket. Who do we have? Gentlemen's Karmine Corp. That's going to be a good matchup. We'll start out here. Man City, Magnifico. I think Man City are better here. Like I said earlier, I think they beat whoever they play in the lowest. Unless it was NIP. I think if it was NIP, I think it would have been really close. Corp, I'm sorry. I think your road ends here. I think that you lose to Ninjas 4-2. Vitality Whip. I think Whip is a good team. They did beat NIP for the regional to get this good Mickey bracket, you could say, to make a top 6, but they earned it going 3-0 in Swiss. I think they still get slammed by Vitality. We'll go 4-1. We'll do 4-0. I never have sweeps. We'll do 4-0. Gentlemen's Karmine Corp. I think this is a big one. Gentlemen's really need this after not making playoffs last regional. They really did a good, like a top 2, like would be good for them, which I think they are more than capable of. They are the major champs. And Karmine Corp have looked like they've struggled recently. I think Gentlemen's take it. We'll say game 7. Nah, we're not gonna go game 7. We'll go game 6. I think Gentlemen's take a top 4. Really good spot for them to make major. That's such a rough roster, rough game. Man City Whip. I think Man City beat Whip here. This is a really good result for Whip though. A top 6, like I wouldn't be mad about that. We'll say game 6 as well. Karmine Corp Ninjas. Because EU has 5 spots, I don't think this is as dramatic as it would be in North America, having only 4 spots to get a top 4. If Corp wins this lower quarterfinal, I think they make the grands. But if NIP win this quarterfinal, I think they lose to Vitality in the semis. It's just a play style thing. Karmine Corp has owed Vitality for so long. Like, they're like, I think Vitality's only won like 2 times in years for the many times they have faced. This did go to game 7 last time. Like, this is a big coin flip. It's just whoever plays better on the day. It is for a series of championship Sunday as well. So if you come out slow, you're losing. Oh my gosh, I will get hate for this. Karmine Corp out top 6. That is so crazy. That still didn't make a championship Sunday, but Karmine Corp has had holes in their gameplay recently. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if they're gonna redeem themselves. EU is kind of a mess. EU and NA are kind of a mess. It used to be, yep, Karmine Corp is winning. Oh, yep, NRG's winning, but it's been the level of play, I think, has just dropped significantly from bots, where that gap between one and the rest of the pack has shortened so tremendously that like the top 6 teams in both regions are like on par, not on par with one, but they have closed the gap in between them. But and Ninjas also are just like a run by team. They are a good team. They are regional champs this season, but EU and NA, it just makes it so much harder when you don't know a clear number 1. Like I said, Vitality Ninjas, I think if Ninjas win this lower quarterfinal, they will lose to Vitality. We'll do 4-1. Gentlemates Man City, huge for both of them. Gentlemates really need this to redeem themselves for that top 8. Man City got top 4 last regional, and last time they faced Man City actually swept Gentlemates in a good best of 5. A Man City top 2 grand final would be crazy. I would love to see that. I like this roster. However, a best of 7 is different than a best of 5. I'm really making Gentlemates making a run here. I'm say 4-2. I know I'm kind of glazing Gentlemates right here after not making top 8. But they had a rough group. Again, I think Major Champs should beat Man City. They also played Karmine Corp with the lowers, so they could lose to Synergy. Synergy's a really good team. This Group A is such a mess. But I'm gonna stick with that. I think Gentlemates gonna get top 2. And Vitality Gentlemates in your grand final. And I think Vitality will go back to back. They will be your open number 5 champs. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I did not know if I wanted Vitality to go all the way. I don't know how much I weigh that regional win plus that top 2 major finish. But they look good. They switched something on. Zed is Zen again. They're finally cleaning something up in their play style, making them good again. Group B, I'm very, very confident in. I feel like a lot of people can attest to this. Group A is just a mess with who I think is going to qualify, which is going to mess up something in the lower bracket. Anyways, that is it for my predictions. If you want to predict for yourself, I will leave them in the description of this video. Let me know if you guys agree with or disagree with anything, such as Karmine Corp going out top 6 is kind of crazy. But thank you guys for watching. Really do appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help me out a lot, and I will see you guys in the next video.